Welcome to the virtual world of GNS3. My name is Nitin Grover and I will tell you how to use GNS3 from the very basic level. Let's begin. What is GNS3? GNS3 is an excellent alternative tool to real Cisco labs for network engineers and admin, and also for your certifications like CCNA, CCNP, CCI, and even for the Juno certificates. Do we have other alternatives? Yes, we do have. Like you can use a text editor, but it won't give you the risk which you want. Secondly, you can have a software Cisco Packet Tracer, which is also free of cost, and you can easily get this from the Google by typing Cisco Packet Tracer. I think the latest version of it is 5.3 something like that. And the last option is the real Cisco hardwares, which is very costly. Now let's move on. Why GNS? Suppose you have this topology and your boss asks to apply an ACL access control list inbound here to filter the traffic, and by mistake you have set the access list outbound at this interface. Whoa! You have misconfigured the router. So to avoid these kind of problems, we use GNS3 because GNS3 acts like a virtual machine for the Cisco routers OS, that is iOS, for the switches, ASAs, PIX firewalls, and the routers. It will give you the same feeling which you will get on the real devices. So you can use GNS3 to practice and implement it later on the real devices. You can also use this GNS software to implement and made new topologies without directly changing the current topology in your network. Let's move on to the advantages and disadvantages of GNS. First of all, it's an open source software. It is also platform free, which means you can use it on Windows, Linux, and Mac. It also has the ability to run the Cisco devices, including the series 1700, 26, 36, 37, and the 72. But my preference is to use these three series. It also has ATM switches, frame relay switches, PIX firewall, ASA, IDS. Actually, it's like a big blast in a small package. And you can also use this software to work with the Cisco and the Juniper. Like if you want to implement OSPF between these two devices, these two vendors' devices, so you can practice it, because in there are so many organizations which use both the vendors softwares and the hardwares, so you can use this. It also integrates with the Wireshark, which means you can trace and sniff your packets. You can see how the data is or packet is transferring in your network. Let me show you. This is the new GNS3 0.8.4 version, and I have two routers in my topology. So see this, it's running. If you want to capture packets, you have to right click on this wire and click start capturing. Then it will ask you to select which interface you want to. I will ping from this router to this router. So I will select R1 fast Ethernet 0/1, then click OK. Now you can see the captures we are running on router 1. We have running capture on fast Ethernet 0/1. Then I will right click again and open start Wireshark. Sorry for the trouble. Now you can see Wireshark is capturing the loopback address. Now I will ping from router 1 to router 2. Here is my router 1. Conf t, then I will do show IP int brief. So I am on the third network, this one. I will do ping 192.168.3.2, and you can see the Wireshark is capturing the packets which has been transferred on this Ethernet from this interface. Let's close this. See, first is send the who has 192.168.3.2 an app request. Then it get reply back. See this, he send the request, he get the reply back. Then he send request, reply back, request send reply back, request send reply back. So you can use this software to check your access control list and the firewalls. Even you can check the ports you have blocked to whether they are working or not, whether your configuration is correct or not. So it's a very good tool. Come back to the presentation. Let me minimize this and this as well. Okay. So the bad thing is GNS3 can't do switching because switch uses the ASIC technology, which is a hardware process to maximize the performance of the switching. So you can't use switching, but we have Ethernet channels. We can do trunk ports, we can use access ports. If we want to use switching technology, we can use a sorter. Sorter is like having fast Ethernet modules or the Ethernet modules in a router, and we have to type one command that no IP routing, which will say that hey router, you are not going to route anything, you are a switch. And the second disadvantage is it does not emulate layer 2. It means you may have seen, you may will note the layer 2 issues in your topology. Now come to how can you get most from the series. If you want to get most from the series, you have to watch all the videos in this series, and by the time I am teaching you, you can take a pen and a paper and draw your own topologies and start practicing it. And I would love if you share your topologies with me. You can share your topologies with me even on my Facebook. You can also share the videos on my YouTube channel. I can also if you want to be a good network engineer, you have to practice, 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 practice. I hope this has been informative for you, and I would like to thank you for viewing.